The following takes place between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m.
In Toronto, 5:04 in Vancouver right now on the West Coast. www.animalhouseradio.com. Coming to you live from Channel Radio 1610 AM in Toronto, Voices Latinas, and worldwide on animalhouseradio.com. If you have a question or comment for Dr. Mike or Aaron, you can call us at 416-785-0680 or email the show info@animalhouseradio.com. And I promise we will read your email on air tonight. We've got a special guest coming up for the product of the week. We haven't done a product review of the week, and we're very happy. We're going to be doing it a little bit later on. From the company Contact, they make some really, really, really cool stuff, and we're going to be profiling a product called the Water Dog. And the CEO of the company, Mark Grambar, will be joining the show a bit later on. See, we got the CEOs. Maybe he'll give us a job. We all need money. Everybody here, Mark from Contact is going to be paying us a lot of money just because he's the CEO. You think he's important. Dr. Mike, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
Everything's good. Busy week.
Busy week?
Busy week. Lots of sickies this week.
Well, that's not good.
They all did well, but yeah, we had a lot of sickies this week. I don't know. It was sometimes you get little changes in the weather, and I find that affects pets a lot more than we think it does.
Huh.
So, yeah.
You know what? I was with Deborah this week. Obviously, we live together, and I'm talking, and I'm sitting down saying, you know what? It's almost a week. It's almost a year since Animal House Radio has been on the air. And then I thought to myself, I remember the first interview that we did, and it was me, you, sitting down with Premier Dalton McGuinty.
I know.
Now, A, I can't believe that Dalton McGuinty's still the Premier of this province. But B, I hadn't been on media. I haven't, at that point, been on radio or television or anything like that for about 4 years or 5 years.
Right.
And you never have.
Yeah.
Well, in that capacity.
Right, in that capacity, actually. Yeah.
And I remember going in there, and you were nervous, just like a schoolgirl going to Catholic school who's going to get spanked. You were very, very, very nervous. And there we are sitting in the Premier's personal private office. You know, not the other private one that he has, but we're sitting there with the Premier one-on-one. And I just keep thinking to myself, okay, Mike is really nervous. He's got a big smile on his face. I better start asking the questions. And I started asking the questions. It was kind of a surreal moment. And if you look back to that and you think how far we've come, the show's come, and you've come, you get to appreciate that date sitting down there with the Premier of this province. You know,
well, that was a bit scary. You know, our first interview, big guy. You know, he's he's the head honcho.
I know. And it's a very that building is just walking in there. The history that goes on at Queen's Park. It's we had a lot of fun. And that was before Richmond, the El Salvador wrestler over there. Before Janelle, Adriana was with us when we were there.
That's right.
Yeah. And she just stood in the back and didn't do anything. That's the same thing she did last year when we went to the dog. Not to the dog. We went to the Blue Jays. Interviewed the Blue Jays. She just stood back and did nothing. It was quite funny. And then we went to interview the Toronto Maple Leafs, and she wanted to become a puck bunny, basically meaning, and she's happy about that. Look at her. Wow. And this Sunday, by the way, for all the people out there with animals and dogs, cats are not welcome for this one, sorry. But if you have a dog and you want to go to the Toronto Blue Jays Dog Day, where you get to go bring your dog out to the ball game and literally have a hot dog with the dog. It's amazing. Tickets are $33. You got to go on Toronto Blue Jays website. You go to bluejays.com. And, once again, if you're feeling sick, you can go see Doc Holliday today. Probably his last start ever as a Toronto Blue Jay. So
don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I believe it.
You believe it? Okay.
So you go to bluejays.com, get more information about the Dog Day event on Sunday at 1 o'clock. We will be there in attendance. Section 108. Lots of stuff.
Lots of prizes.
Tons of stuff.
Yep.
I'm even giving Dr. Mike bobbleheads away. They were made in China, so they're full of mercury.
Oh, God.
So, I'm giving Dr. Mike bobbleheads. They screwed up the order, and then they put too much hair. So
I was going to say.
For me, I don't know what they would do for me, but no, it's going to be a lot of fun. Section 108. Mike will be there if you have any questions for Mike and anything about dogs or any other questions in life. If they just want to know how relationships work and Some of our staff members like to know that. But anything you want, just come down, talk to us. We're giving away tons of stuff. We got some from our good friends Tech Savvy. We got beautiful golf T-shirts, hats. We've got Animal House radio T-shirts. We've got dog beds. We've got electronic feeders. We've got tons
Lots of stuff.
wicked stuff that you're going to get. Our booth is going to be
like Santa in the summer. Yeah,
seriously.
But
there's going to be lots of cool things. But you do have to fill out some papers so we can know all your information. And once again, this is going to lead us to what I call every single week the
infotainment.
I did it for you.
Oh no, that's fine. Put up my music. Nice. We're like the Entertainment Canada version over here for animals. I'm going to explain this to you. Top 10 animal threats to your pets. That's right, I said it. This week, one of the largest pet health insurance companies in the United States, Veterinary Pet Insurance Company, released the most common wildlife animal attacks of 2008. These are the biggest claims. Now, I'm going to read them off, and you're going to tell me a little something about this. We're going to start in order by number 10. Number 10, rats. Aggressive and intelligent rats will do what it takes to protect themselves when threatened. Have you ever had a lot of animals come in with a rat bite?
None that I've ever seen. No, I'm sure it can happen, but I've never seen one.
Remember, this is wildlife, right?
Okay.
But I mean, if you're dealing with certain areas in the GTA or certain areas anywhere across Canada, I'm sure a lot of us have seen this.
Well, they may not have actually seen, they see the dog had a bite and they didn't know it was a rat. That's what I think would happen. I probably have seen a rat bite, but no one's ever claimed that the dog got bitten by a rat where they saw it. So there you go.
Number 9, pet attacker, the skunk. The skunk's aggressive nature comes from its surprising being a carnivore. Excuse me. Carnivore. That's what I meant. A carnivore.
But it could be a carnivore. If he likes cans, maybe he's a carnivore.
Wait for your bread of the week. Okay. Anyways,
so yes, I've seen a lot of dogs who are skunked.
Really?
Oh yeah, very common.
So what is the remedy? Everybody has like a wives' tale or something, a mother's tale of how to get rid of the odor.
Well, a lot of people talk about tomato juice, and a lot of people say hydrogen peroxide, and I find it's a combination of a number of things. And, there's no one recipe that I have found that's 100%. They always smell afterwards, but there's a combo of and I've written it down, to be honest with you. That's not something I memorize because I don't see it that often, but it's a combo of dish soap and hydrogen peroxide, wow. And we have this stuff called Skunk Off, which is a actual shampoo that has a picture of a skunk on it. Yeah. It works pretty good, but again, not 100%.
I also heard DHS works very well as well.
There you go. Maybe. Yeah, it could be.
It took away another smell. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Number 8 on the list is groundhogs. Amazingly not have attacked people. Groundhog attacked Mayor Bloomberg in New York when it came out this summer. Number 7 pet attacker, a porcupine. Although listed at number 7, veterinarians said porcupines cause some of the most most common injuries in the Northeast.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you, I've never seen a porcupine quill dog, but I have a buddy of mine who works up in Barrie, and he sees them one a week because the dogs are going out in the bush, and I think it's something that although we have porcupines in the city, there are not many of them, and it's up north. And sure. Boy, what's the bad thing about porcupine quills is that first of all they can migrate. So if you get a quill in there and you don't take it out, they can actually go underneath the skin and burrow and show up in other areas. It's
really
unbelievable. That's number 1.
Well,
and number 2, the other thing that's really cool about dogs and porcupines is when the dog attacks a porcupine, their adrenaline's going so heavy that they don't actually feel the pain till maybe half an hour later. So what that means is they never associate the pain with the porcupine. So the next day after they get 100 quills taken out of their face, they're right back at it chasing the porcupine again.
Oh.
So those are 2 kind of neat things about porcupine attacks.
Well, dogs don't know. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
we're going to skip number 6. We're going to go to number 5 pet attacker is the scorpion in the United States.
Wow, okay. I believe that. Yeah.
Now, we've changed topics now, and it's the number 4, the pet biter. This is a pet biter. Number 4 pet biter, the squirrel.
Really?
Yes. The number 4 on the list.
Pet squirrel.
Squirrels bite animals. They bite cats. They bite dogs.
So this is the fourth most common biter in the States?
In the United States.
Wow.
Squirrels.
Love to see what their squirrels look like.
Number 3, raccoons. A raccoon may not be as aggressive as a coyote towards your family or pet, but veterinarians say it's important to be extra vigilant around a raccoon bite, obviously because of rabies.
Exactly. You got it.
Number 2. The coyote. And these ones should be coming back to Hamilton. Out of all the animals on the list, veterinarians say the coyote is the most likely to attack out of aggression, not self-defense.
Really?
Now, that's interesting, though, because you think a lot of animals have hey, you're in my territory, I'm going to come after you. These ones, they just come after you.
Wow.